right, everybody, welcome in. Good morning. How you doing today? Let's take a look at today's energies. What is happening? What's going on? This week I'm going to start doing air, fire, earth, water again, back by popular request. So you'll see that showing up. And a couple of you have reached out to me to ask me if it's okay to jump on the tarot certification. Yes, you still can do that. This is going to be an ongoing program, and you are being given everything that comes before, okay? So, just so you know, tonight it's at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We go back and forth between noon one week and 6 p.m. the next week, so everybody can take part live. All right, so tonight we're going to be talking about going deeper into the intuitive phase of reading tarot, and also how to really connect with your guides and know when guidance is coming through. So if you want to jump on the tarot certification, there's a link below. All right, let's see where we go. My darlings. What is the energy happening here? Coming soon, welcome to the Ascending Age. For real. Welcome to the Ascending Age. Bloom where you're planeted. Card always makes me laugh. The Alchemical Artist. Oh, this is really beautiful. This is definitely about manifesting from a very grounded and purposeful place. So I feel like there's some of you who are really focused in on one thing in your life. You're either focused on your love life, you're focused on your work life, you're focused on your spiritual life, whatever it is. I do feel like there's a blooming happening, okay? There's a nice energy of what you're doing and seeing results. So if you have felt any energy of stuckness recently, I feel like that's moving off. We're going to start talking about March astrology very soon. And there are a lot of big things coming near to the end or building in February and getting into March. There's going to be some big things happening in the astrology. So I'll be making some videos around that. But this feels to me like there's a very purposeful, grounded, and connected manifestation that if you have a goal, if you have an idea of what you want to create in a certain part of your life and you're really focused on that, I feel like this message is for you. Okay, if you're feeling a little scattered or whatever, know that this energy is around, is available to you if you're watching this, okay? The energy is available to you to really ground and then connect to spirit and create something for yourself, whatever part of your life it is in. So let's see where we go. What are the energies that are going on? I am kind of seeing that Five of Swords. I just was seeing it while I'm shuffling. And if you have felt that there are people or forces, right, energetic forces around you that are blocking in any way, shape, or form, I feel like this is also a clearing energy for that, which is really beautiful. The Justice card, I do see this Ace of Wands, and I also see this beautiful Four of Wands and the Sag energy. Okay. Sometimes the bottom of the deck really speaks to me. This is about creating something new. And I like this idea of air and fire coming through. The Justice card of the ideas and being balanced and what's equitable, what's fair. Sagittarian energy is very aligned with that. Saggies, you know that you are loyal and you are generous, but you're also adventurous. And one of the things I always say about Saggies is you lie to a Sag, you're done. So the Justice card being there is this sense of clarity, okay? So when I say you lie to a Sag, you're done, lies create a disconnect, a lack of clarity, because you're unplugging from authentic truth. And when you unplug from the authentic truth, your authentic truth or the authentic truth, whatever you're working with, there's this sense of palpable confusion. Like there's something missing here. You know when someone lies to you, when there's a feeling of, I'm not getting the whole story, or I'm not getting what I expected, or I'm getting too much detail, or I'm, whatever. No matter what, it's meant to muddy the waters. a lie or a deliberate falsehood. There's so many words for lies these days, but like someone who tells a lie, someone who tells a falsehood, or something that is agenda driven instead of authenticity driven. There's a palpable sense of, I am not quite getting that, or I'm not getting to the bottom of this, or I'm not, and it's purposeful, right? It's to keep you from getting to the bottom of something. It's purposefully to muddy the waters. And so a lot of times if we're lying to ourselves, and that can come in the form of toxic positivity, toxic optimism, where there's this sense of my inner and my outer worlds are not matching up because I'm telling myself a lie. So I'm creating inauthentic manifestations in my life. I'm not really there. I'm not really in the moment. This is bringing you back. The Justice card and the Temperance card are saying, listen, let's reconnect to our authentic truth. Let's stay there. Let's be real. And when you are being real and you come up against somebody who's not being real, it's super obvious. But a lot of us, depending on the person and the situation, we don't really want to know that for lots of reasons. Some of us don't like the idea that people lie to our face. We just are like, I can't even understand why someone would do that other than to confuse me and hurt me and do things that are inauthentic to themselves. So this is bringing us back to the truth, Justice, and the Temperance card, bringing us back there so we can authentically create what we're really looking for. Boy, sometimes the words, when I really get going and I'm really channeling, boy, sometimes the words fall all over themselves, or there's too many words showing up. So my job is to try to streamline that conversation. 2 of Cups, Ace of Swords, you bet. Wow. 10 of Swords, 8 of Cups, King of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. All right, I see that. 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, 8 of Wands. So some of you have believed a person in the past, a lover, a life partner, somebody who told you a really big lie, and that was it. Okay, if you have been in that situation where you've been dealing with someone and you find out they're lying or they're cheating or they're going around behind your back about something, it's like, just like the Sag energy, like, you're dead to me. That's what this is. All right, you're dead to me. And every zodiac sign has its breaking points, and I don't want to say that, well, you're a Libra, so you're always like this. Like, let's not broad brush people with stereotypes, okay? But understanding the energies of all your main planets, of all your, where things are in your birth chart, helps you understand how you deal with people, and how, same thing goes if you're looking at a chart of a person that you're dealing with. You understand what the deal breakers are in a lot of ways. And like with Saggies, you lie to a Sag, you're done. Okay. I have that feeling about Libras as well, that but Libras are so diplomatic or so much more balanced about it that there's usually a trial which is justice, right? It's a trial where we're trying to ferret out the truth. It's almost like Libras don't want to let go of it without some kind of fight, right? Or some kind of negotiation. That's a better word. Some kind of negotiation. But I feel like this was very much like I know I found out the truth and done. D-U-N. Okay. So some of you have chosen to move on from love and work on something else in your life. You've done very well in terms of your career or raising your family or being volunteer work, whatever you have gone toward. Some of you have left love behind. And I feel like love is trying to come back in. We had talked a lot in the last couple weeks about transmuting baggage into wisdom. And that is something that I don't know, you can't do without conscious choice, right? Like, we know what our wounds are, our baggage is. especially when people run afoul of it. So if someone told you a lie and then they're dead to you, then you know, okay, that's a deal breaker for me. That's something that I won't tolerate. But it also creates wounds. I mean, how can this not create wounds, right? The wound of someone on purpose tried to trick me, or someone on purpose tried to make me do something that was out of my own alignment. And what can happen is you can kind of hang on to these wounds as a badge of honor. And instead of it being a lesson or a series of lessons that can help you grow and rebuild your trust in love. Now, that's what I feel is happening, is that we are transmuting baggage into the energy of wisdom. And a lot of you, the things, so is it Venus, Jupiter, Chiron conjunction at the end of this month? I feel like that's what's happening. I'm going to take a look at that deeper. I'm not sure if I'm really saying that correctly, and I don't want to say it incorrectly. But what I want to say here is, in terms of this reading, that the longer you hold on to these hurts as wounds or badges of honor or something like that, the less likely you are to be healed. So now what's being asked of us is to anchor ourselves, okay? Anchor ourselves, connect to spirit, transmute the wounds we've received into wisdom, and then help others with it. Chiron is in that conjunction. So help others with that very same thing. Some of you are learning to do that, learning to be whatever wound you're healing, whatever it is, you're then transmuting that into wisdom so other people can benefit from it. And then you choose to communicate about it. Okay. You're choosing Two of Wands to, this is almost like a little more Sagittarian energy here. I feel like these are like the arrows of desire that you send out into the universe and say, yes, this is what I'm wanting to create. Instead of wanting to create more badges of honor, we don't need no stinking badges. Instead of creating more badges of honor, let's create more levels of wisdom. Okay. And then we're going to show other people how we did that. All right. We're going to talk about it. And also, I feel like if you're not doing that, if you're not a teacher or a healer or a guide, a lot of you are, but some of you are also wanting to gain more wisdom. So this kind of stuff can really block your connection to spirit. That's why the tarot certification is all about your connection and your guidance. Because if you're not getting guidance, you're not doing this. And then it's just wishful thinking and it's hopeful. And it's like, oh, I think I see this or I think I see that, then second guessing, and you're destroying your connection to spirit. So what I'm feeling here is that there's a lot of people who need your story. There's a lot of people who need your hope, your honesty, your clarity after doing something, after going through this, so that they don't have to. And some people only learn experientially, and that they're gonna learn experience. They're gonna have to go through it. Even if you teach this, it's not relatable enough. Like they don't really relate to what you're saying until they have this happen. Okay. So it's not your job to try to block other people from their lessons because it's like, oh, that's going to be painful. I'd rather you not go through this. I went through this, so you don't have to, kind of thing. There will be a few people who embrace that. But I also feel like, think about this. I think about this a lot because I read a lot about history, and I get curious about different times on the planet. And I recall, I throw back to my days in high school and college when I was learning about history and how things have evolved over time or not. And I remember how much I was disconnected from the subject matter because it was history. It was not impacting my life. I didn't really see how it did that, even though I was curious and interested in writing and journalism. And that is the first draft of history. Okay. So, when you look back on something that you learned when you really had no connection to it, it's disconnected from you. It's out here. It's like, okay, this is a bunch of stuff I got to remember so I can say it on the test. But this is much, which is what you would have an experience of if someone's trying to teach you something that you haven't gone through and you're like, yeah, I'm not really connecting to that because it's not part of my experience. There's certain parts of your life that in this lifetime are going smoothly because that's not really your lesson to learn in this lifetime. Some of you relate, or some of you are have an easy time of it with your parents, or an easy time of it with your work situation. Some of you have a very easy time of it with love. I don't know that you're watching tarot readings if you're satisfied with love, because I feel like that's the one thing that most people watch tarot readings for, is to understand that their love relationship and where they're going with it. So I feel like there's a renewed sense of hope or interest or passion in creating a love relationship, despite the fact that this had happened, because you have done a good job of transmuting wisdom, transmuting pain or wounds into wisdom. You've done a good job of that. And so now you can make a new decision, something that's clear. All right? It's not encumbered by the ravages of war. It's not wrapped up in the bandages of wounds that are never healing, because we continually either rip them open or we want them to stay wounds, because we feel like that makes us human. But what makes us human is the ability to have things happen to us and to be aware of their building potential, the potential for us to create something new. So I'm going to continue on with this. If this is your reading, I'm going to go deeper into this reading. I am going to look at what is it that you want to create now, and how might that work? If you're doing the work of the creating wisdom for yourself, and you're doing this in order to help yourself and help other people, let's see where we go with this. Spirit wants to bring in more messages for you, so I will do that in the extended. There is a link below if you want to continue on with me. Pathfinders, let's keep going.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.